Blimey. What are you lot doing in here? Huh. You must have already known what I was going to be doing today. Yeah. Well, I've got this this generator thing here. Got to have a look at it. Don't work quite how it's supposed to work. No. Yeah. Let's go and have a look at it then, shall we? Right then, you lot, so this is going to be my little project for this morning anyway. It's a generator. I don't quite know what type it is. It's my dad's. He wants to run a rotavator or something like that. But my generators ain't big enough. But he had this one. It's something that he's obviously made up. It's a typical sort of thing he would do. He's put a generator on a trolley. I remember this trolley when I was a kid, I think. Just put it on this trolley and put wooden handles like a wheelbarrow. Just put a little box on it. And a little shelf there. Stuck a tub to it. 2 plugs there. I think I see here another couple of plugs down there. Yeah. So we've got ourselves a 4-stroke generator. What's that? Industrial. It's a Briggs & Stratton engine anyway. Throttle. It's got throttle on it. It's unusual. Can't move it though. Got choke. Oh. So you got choke on it. Oil there. 3.5 horsepower. There's nothing on it to say anywhere with the amount of wattage. It was confused. He said to me, I don't know what wattage it is. But I don't know either. There's nothing on it that says, is there, the amount of wattage. I dare say if we strip it down a bit, we might be able to come across something that tells us how many watts it's able to supply, because we don't want to overload it and kill it. The trouble with it is, the reason I've got it here, is because he managed to get it to run, but it ran very lumpy apparently, and also the petrol was leaking out from the air filter, so the float probably got stuck or something like that. It's stopped now though. But is that on or off? I don't know. It's stuck. Whatever it is, it's stuck. So we'll assume that it's on. And there's the off there, yeah, it says off. Yeah, so it's on. So I'll leave that like that then. I'm messing with that. I think I'll take the air filter off and have a look at that. See if, yeah. I don't really want to be taking the carb off at the moment, because of the way things are at the moment. I ain't going to be able to get no gaskets. If I can save the gasket, I might do. But yeah, let's have a look at that. I'm going to go and get something to eat first. I'm going to go and get something to eat, and I'm going to come back and start having a look at this nice little project for the morning, eh? Lovely. Right, so it's the next day now, so I'm going to come back to this. You have to excuse me, I've got the tumble dryer on because all things still have to be done and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to sort this bench out so I can, if I need to take it apart. I've got this soldering iron here that Will from Two Wheel Will was going to buy off of me, but he's gone. I don't know what's the matter with him. He vanished off the face of the earth, as a lot of people seem to do. So I'm going to clear all this off, and then if I need to take the carb apart or anything, I've got a clear bench to work on. But let's see if we can get it to start first, to see if we can recreate the symptoms of what it was supposed to have, which was a leak. Right, I'll turn the tumble dryer off just for now. So let's have a look. We've got the choke on, the switch on. So let's see if we can start it up and replicate the problems that it was meant to be having. Seems alright at the moment, doesn't it? We put a load on it, hold on. Let's open up the door. Open up the door so that we don't die. And we can stick a load on it, look. This is a... quite stinks, that does. Typical old style thingy. This is... number one, it's setting 1's 1000 watt, 375 degrees. Hold on, you can't even see it. Setting 2's 2000 watts, 550 degrees. So we've got 2000 watt in all. So I'm going to put it on setting 1 and see how we go. Then I'll put it on setting 2. Let's see if we can work out how many watts this can take and how it performs. Bloody wind's closed the door now, isn't it? Right, change the position, so the exhaust is going out the door now. So let's have a look and see what we've got. Switch is on. 1000 watts. Turned it off. 2000 watts. Powering it. 1000 watts again. It's powering it all right. Seems to be running all right to me. I don't know about what you lot think, but that seems to be running alright, I reckon. It didn't seem to be sort of, you know, hunting or anything, did it? I reckon it was because it's been sat for a long time, the reason it was hunting it. There's meant to have been a petrol leak on it as well, so we'll have a quick look. I'll take the air filter off and have a look in there, see if we can find any evidence of any leaking, and yeah, go from there, I suppose. Right then, you lot. Let's whack this off quick. Let's see what's inside here. I think this is going to be, well, I don't really know what to expect, to tell you the truth. Sometimes little things like that, they fix themselves. So, sometimes if something's sat for a while, and then you kind of bring it back into life, they might be a little bit, temperamental sometimes. It smells brilliant in there. It's like that old petrol-y smell. Yeah, they might be a little bit like temperamental sometimes, leaking, or seals might leak, but then they just fix themselves. They like seal themselves back up again. And well, I don't know about you lot, but I can't see any leaking. I think it was leaking around the bottom of the carb, it said. Oh, hello. But I can't see anything dripping. There's no drips underneath. Nothing's dripping down. Nothing seems to be wet. He didn't think about changing the oil when he made the little cage around it, did he? Look, there's the oil drain. Didn't think about that, did he, eh? Well, I can't find any leaks now, so maybe if the float was stuck and it was coming out of here and running down, which it looks like there's evidence of petrol there, maybe. That could be evidence. Yeah, it just smells a bit. So I reckon what happened was, once it was started up for the first time after how many years it was sat in a shed for, the float probably got stuck. But it seems to run alright now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the air filter back on and start it up in the garden and leave it running out there for a while and see what happens to it. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'm not going to take it apart if I don't need to. It's unnecessary to take it apart if I don't need to, really. It wouldn't be so bad. Do you know what, right? Do you know what? Earlier on I said I might just nip down, I might just have to go out and get some stuff. And I was reminded that I can't go out and get some stuff. It's crazy, isn't it, man? You know, when you're sitting at home, you forget what's going on out in the world. I completely forgot that everyone was mad and everything had gone crazy out there. Couldn't go out to no shops, completely forgot. I was like, I'm just going to go and get some paint the door frames, you know, have a bit of a spruce up. I can't go out and get nothing. So, very crazy. But it wouldn't be so bad, you know, if I could just go and get a new gasket for it. I could take the carb off. But if it ain't leaking and it runs alright, there's absolutely no need to take it apart and risk ripping the gasket. I've got gasket paper, I could make a new gasket, but there's no need to take it apart anyway if it ain't leaking. If it was still leaking, then I would do, but it ain't. So I'm going to put the air filter, like I just explained, I'll put the air filter back on, run it in the garden and see what happens. And I don't, as far as how many watts it's capable of, I really ain't got a clue, but it powered that 1000 watt, well, it powered the 2000 watts pretty well, but it did struggle a little bit. I don't know, judging by the size of that generator unit in there, I don't know if that would be a 2000 watt generator. I really don't know. The engine, there's no sticker on here anywhere that says sort of how many watts the generator. It just tells you about the engine. 35 horsepower. Oh, 3.5, not 35. Bloody hell, 35. That would be a generator and a half, that would be. 3.5 horsepower. But there's nothing anywhere that says anything. The sticker's probably been ripped off or something in the past that tells you how many watts it's capable of. But it, like I say, it powered the 1000 watt part of the heat gun perfectly well. But how long it would last, I'm assuming it's got a trip. In case it's too much, it would trip off. But there's nothing even on the front light. Look where the plugs are. There's no trip. There's no reset for any trip reset. It's old, I think, this generator. I think it was probably before they started putting trips on them, but yeah, I don't know. Let's go and run it for a while and see what happens. Sorry, it was disappointing one about the generator, but I'm not going to take it apart unless I really need to, and it seems to be running fine to me. I don't see any problem with that whatsoever. So, yeah. I'm going to see if I can rip into a couple of them rotivators next. I've got a couple of rotivators I've got to look at to get them going. Lawnmowers, yep. I'm going to have a look at the lawn boy, have a look at see if I can get that running a little bit better than it already does. Yeah, loads of stuff. So stay tuned, you lot. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.